Oliver finally ran out of words to laud the charms of his latest inamorata. "Now you know my secret, it's your turn to tell me one. My life is an open book. I'm widowed, disreputable, and poor. What else is there to know? Everyone has secrets." There was something, one thing that she and no one else knew. She'd kept it to herself for over a year now, since the day she was widowed. She'd never even told Oliver, her best friend and supporter since Robert's death. Caro looked about her. No one else paid any attention to them. She bent over Oliver's tousled head and whispered, "Promise you won't tell anyone?" "If I tell a single soul, may I be doomed forever to paint nothing but children and dogs." Coming from Oliver, who had very definite notions of the proper subject matter for a serious artist, this was a powerful oath. She knew she shouldn't, but suddenly the knowledge was like a weight on her spirit. "I own a Titian." Oliver shook his head sadly. "No, Caro, you're confused. Robert sold his Titian. Shame, because it was a great painting." "He didn't. I just told everyone he had." "Truly? Why isn't it hanging in its old place, then? May I see it? Where is it?" Damn, Oliver was much too interested. She recalled now how much he'd always admired the naked Venus. "It's hidden. I shouldn't have told you. Remember? No word to anyone." She stood abruptly, praying Oliver was too drunk to remember in the morning. "Friends," she commanded, clapping her hands smartly, "this evening has become a bore." The company sprang to bleary attention, even the Longleys waking from their doze. "As you know, my cousin arrives next week to stay with me. Annabella is a young lady of impeccable breeding and is being courted by a duke." The artistic set affected Jacobin tendencies, so the statement evoked a chorus of, "No dukes! No dukes!" Caro raised her hand. "Since I am shortly to become a chaperone and respectable," jeers of disbelief, "I propose a little excursion. We'll climb over the railings into Hyde Park and bathe in the Serpentine." Cries of horror echoed throughout the room. "You're mad, Caro! We'll die of cold!" "Very well, if you're all such old ladies, I shall sing to you instead." "No! Spare our ears! Death would be preferable." So the evening ended, like so many before it, with an act of dubious legality and undeniable insanity. The cold water bath stirred Caro's blood. Shivering in her cloak on the bank of the lake, she thought how lucky she was to have such wonderful friends. A week later. Sir Bernard Horner appeared to be a disreputable man, not surprising since he claimed to have been a friend and gaming partner of Robert Townsend. Lack of respectability, infamy even, didn't necessarily bother Robert's widow, but Caro didn't like the look of Horner. He was handsome enough, she supposed. His clothes fit very well, buff pantaloons hugging every contour of his legs in a manner unsuited to his advanced years. His short-waisted coat was made from a striped twill that was a shade too loud. The curls in his brown hair did not appear to be natural, and contrasted oddly with the pale face of a man who spent long nights in gaming hells. Caro had never seen or heard of the fellow, but that was typical of the company Robert kept in the last year or two of his life, when his passion for the gaming tables tore him from home most of the time, neglecting his former intimates and his own wife. "Why have you only come to me now, Sir Bernard?" she asked. "Why not make the claim immediately after my husband's death?" "I didn't like to harass his grieving widow." "How thoughtful of you to postpone your harassment until now." Horner tried to look wounded, an unconvincing expression that merely made him appear reptilian. "Robert did owe me £1,000. Caro defied the sinking of her stomach. "You must think me naive. Gaming debts are not legally enforceable." "Quite right. That is why I declined to accept his vows. He signed a loan." Even without close examination, Caro could see that the document he held was horribly official-looking. She'd seen enough loan instruments to recognize the tax stamp at a glance. "You lent my husband a large..."